All right, and we are live. All right, folks, came from Pitchingace88, and we are back. Playing, not so much playing, but commentating, I guess, more about Fortnite Save the World. And this is a bit of a special stream. This is kind of like the first time I've ever seen or done anything like this, so I wanted to have a bit of fun with this live stream, so I got a couple of friends, and you probably already know who they are, but I'm going to introduce them anyways. So from Twitch side of things, he has over 7,000 followers and is partnered, and also has a YouTube channel, and that's doing really well, so that will be tickytickytunka. tickytickytunka, welcome. And also, with YouTube, I think it's at 28,000 subscribers, doing really, really well on YouTube, and that would be Aidan Harris. Aidan, welcome as well.
Cheers, bro. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Apologies, my my headphones may be a bit buggy right now. Could you guys say something real quick?
Hello. Sorry.
Perfect. Okay.
I didn't want to interrupt you. Thank you for having me too.
Sorry, I kind of saw that you were gonna say something, and I was like, and then I moved on. I just, all right. Along with that, you guys probably already noticed that there's a picture of Litanah's avatar in the thumbnail, yet there's no Litanah. He will most likely be here momentarily. If not, we do apologize. He had a bit of an emergency issue to take care of, so there was nothing we could do there. But with that being said, we're gonna get started real quick. We're gonna start, and we're gonna be talking about everything Save the World in this live stream. And I think there's even like a topic or two that sort of goes along with Battle Royale as well. But this is a Save the World live stream if there ever was one. So I'm very excited. So you guys ready?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, let's go.
All right. So we're gonna start off with just something really, really simple. That is also not really simple because it's probably one of the most tedious things to do as a creator in general, and that is just making content for Save the World. I think one question that is asked around a lot is, how does Save the World content differ from Battle Royale content? Like, how can you make content for Save the World like differ from Battle Royale? And when I hear that question, it kind of annoys me because there is such a wide difference between the two games.
Yeah, they're like completely different games. I mean, obviously, Save the World has more the grind aspect, and you got to put a lot of time and effort into it. As where Battle Royale it's an in the moment sort of game mode. So
exactly,
you're playing for the moment. It's PvP, man. You don't worry about that. You're not building up away from husks. You do that in PvP, but with husks, you got to build traps. A lot of them, not just one like wall spike here and there.
Yeah, and the other part of it is like, in Battle Royale, you get a gun, you get that gun for one game. In Save the World, that gun is yours for as long as you can craft them and keep the durability alive. And if you have Shadow Shard weapons, good luck. But I think it's a question that gets asked around a lot, but it's such an easy answer. Other than that, making Save the World content, it takes a bit of time, at least for myself. I've only made a couple of like Save the World videos that aren't just like live streams.
Yeah.
If Litanah was here, I would have asked him, how does he keep up doing daily content? And just because he edits his videos
more than
really
daily.
well. Yeah,
he has like 3 videos a day at the moment, or from what I've seen.
Yeah, that guy's a madman. But if he does show up, I'll make sure to pass that question on to him. But I guess the simplest thing is, I already know the answer for tickytickytunka because we talked about this a little bit yesterday. But Aidan, what editing software do you use?
I use Sony Vegas and Photoshop.
Nice.
To edit my videos.
I use Photoshop and Premiere Pro, and I keep getting notifications. Sorry about that. All right.
I tried like Premiere Pro, but I had no idea what was going on with everything. I was like, nope, I'll go back to Sony Vegas now.
I feel you, because that's exactly how I started, but I don't know, something just kept telling me to keep moving along with it. Anyways, I'm going to check chat real quick. Of course, I'm getting people asking to trade with me. We might do a little bit of gameplay, but it's not going to be the primary focus. In fact, I actually have the audio for Save the World just off, because I just don't want it to bother. I don't want you to hear the game. I want you to hear us, because this is a stream about Save the World, but it's not for Save the World. Ignited being a meme. All right. Yep. Ignited said, I use Premiere and Photoshop. I'm important, right?
You're not.
Sorry?
Am I joking? I know you're watching.
Gotcha.
I can't do it without you.
I think one thing that puzzles the community a bit is like, Save the World is a different game. With Battle Royale, branding videos is like so much easier because it's the simple clickbait. You know, you throw in, unless you're like Ninja or like Myth, and you know you can get a couple million views per video without doing any sort of clickbait or any sort of tags or thumbnails, because everybody knows who you are. But like for everybody else, it's difficult. So what do you guys think is like the best way to brand videos for YouTube? Or even Twitch?
But Save the World in them. Like in my experience, like when people search for videos, they'll search Save the World, and then, you know, so-and-so, best weapons, best guns, best heroes, how to farm, Save the World, how to farm bolts, and so on.
Yeah. So
yeah, I mean,
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, in all my videos, I put Save the World at the end of it, so Fortnite Save the World, so people. But I think the thing is, I have like the sort of video title at the start of it, which is what the video is about. But just for the sake of it, I put in Fortnite Save the World at the end. But I still think that people can tell from the itself that it is Save the World. But I do like to throw it in at the end just in case.
I think it goes along with like some of the algorithmic like parts of YouTube. You know, some people will say you have to put every single form of the tag, like every single way a person would search it, and you have to put that in the tags. Like, and I've messed around with that. It's not really worked. So I think it's just like you have to, you know, build up that following. You have to get people to find you and connect to you, and once you do that, it's just going up from there.
Yeah, I mean, the algorithm with YouTube is always changing, but like you said, the different ways to type stuff. I've done that in my videos for tags as well. Like, for example, one of them was the V-Bucks video I done, where I basically said how you can get the V-Bucks from the missions in Save the World, and I put the variations of V-Bucks in the tags as well. And that video seemed to get a lot of hits, so I thought it worked, to be honest.
Yeah, I think the most common thing is just like people overly overhyping, you know, the content in their videos, and then but you know the viewing time goes drastically down because the content in the video itself is just like, it's just not as entertaining as to be anticipated. I see that with like a lot of the, you know, avoid these 500 IQ scamming methods and videos like that.
Oh, we're getting into scammer videos, are we?
We'll get into that later. That's a later topic. And I think tickytickytunka may have crashed again. I'm not sure. His live stream went offline for me. Not sure about that. I think his internet is being a bit buggy. By the way, I should mention my internet at any time may just, you know, decide to randomly crash. You know, it feels bad, man. But
at least.
Oh yeah, Thief.
Yeah, he's just dropped.
Oh, poor Thief. Don't worry, guys. He'll be back. He's got some internet problems. Him and Litanah will be on. Don't worry. We'll get them on. It's okay. Now, the next topic, I think we're gonna hold up for just a minute because the only other person who does live streaming just, you know, decided his internet wouldn't work, so we're gonna hold that for a little while. But like, you know, YouTube is such a weird platform because you've got like a lot of people saying that YouTube is going to die, and I think that that's a possibility in like 15 years. It is going to live for a long time. as much as, you know, we may hate some parts of it, it's not going to change anything. We're not going to stop using it. Oh, and Thief's back.
I can't see YouTube dying at any point soon, because you think about it, YouTube is something that every single person basically knows. Mm-hmm. Even your nan knows about YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, she's probably watched some sort of knitting tutorial or something. She probably makes them. But it's just one of those things where every single time I open up the internet, I put a tab, it's going to be YouTube. And I think that goes for like a lot of people as well.
Mm-hmm. I had something I was going to say. I forgot about it. You know, story of my life. But I think with YouTube, it's just like, while there is some parts of it that you can play around with, that you can trick the algorithm into siding with you and become a millionaire if you want to do it like that. But as much of a foolproof method as that can be, you know, even so, like, it shouldn't be a lifetime guarantee unless you're like actually making, like, you know, PewDiePie amounts of money, where no, I should say more like Jake Paul amounts of money or something like that, because
yeah,
dude's, you know, been hit by demonetization. Actually, that's a good follow-up question. How have you guys been with demonetization on YouTube?
I had a few videos get demonetized in the beginning because I think the videos where you're talking about guns and killing, it like triggers those auto ban words, I guess, auto demonetized words.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, I put in a few, like, I appealed a few of them, and since I appealed them, they haven't demonetized any of the videos.
Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, if you guys think it's hard, try playing a game on YouTube called Criminal Case. See any problems?
Yeah, a lot of blood and murder going on there. But
yeah.
It's funny about the guns, because just before I put up my video today, obviously in the title I have guns in it, and I was contemplating whether to have weapons or guns. In the end, I went for guns, and it didn't get demonetized, actually, so that's pretty good. But I mean, touch wood, all my Save the World videos have actually not been copyrighted, other than I uploaded sort of low-key, just montage low-key, which had a copyright song, but the rest of the Save the World content is still copyright-free for me. I'm pretty careful when it comes down to like the memes and stuff, though, or when I add in like I wonder if that 3-second clip is a bit too much, you know?
Yeah. You know, just pulling at your necktie there. But yeah, I guess it's a good thing to see, like, with YouTube, it's like, if you're able to not have every single video you make demonetized, and you're getting views that will give you, like, not like $1 per 1,000 views or something like that, more like, because for me, that's nowhere close. I wish it was like that. But, you know, if you're getting somewhere around that range, you can make a fair amount of money.
I'm not sure how mine works, but I don't think I get that either. Otherwise, I'll be pretty happy.
Yeah, because we have, we're also partnered with the network and everything. There is a difference there with being partnered with a network, because they will take a share. And we're partnered with Fullscreen, and we've been partnered with Fullscreen for like 7 years on the channel. And like, now is the worst time to unpartner. And this is just a message for everyone for YouTube. If you're partnered with a network, now is the worst time to unpartner with them, because you have to go through the YouTube partnership program process, and you have to re-put in your AdSense and everything. Problem with that is you don't make any money for the time that you are unpartnered from the YouTube partner program to the time you were partnered. And it's been taking months for some creators, like even big creators with like thousands and hundreds of thousands of subscribers. You know, it's been taking months, and they've been making absolutely nothing, and they've, you know, completely lost any sort of revenue that they could get from YouTube, and it's like killing them a little bit. And I feel really bad for that.
Yeah, because they're probably going like full time as well. I mean, if they got like a couple 100,000, they've probably, you know, they've taken it seriously. They're ready to go full time, and if they're going several months without getting paid.
Yeah, it hurts. It was, you know, difficult because going up as a creator, like starting from nothing, is easily the hardest thing about YouTube. You know, the hardest thing about starting a channel is starting the channel.
Preach.
Yeah.
I've tried saying this to so many people that the first 1,000 subs or even the first 100 is like the longest shot ever, and it feels like it takes forever, but you get excited over every single one little sub that you get. So you do have that sort of, you know, appreciation for like every single sub you get. And don't get me wrong, I still get that now, but when you're first doing it and your videos don't get any views, but when you start seeing like 10-20 regular views on each video, you're like, oh, this is happening. And I remember when I started this channel, I actually started it with For Honor videos. I used to play For Honor. I've still got the videos on my channel, but I played that for about a year, and I got up to about 3,000 subscribers. But the time it took me to get like 1 to 1,000 was like 6 months, maybe, like a really long time. And then, you know, I got a bit bored of the game. I playing Fortnite, and that's when my channel sort of switched over a bit later on down the line.
Yeah, I can sort of feel that because like I have so many channels that like, because like, you know, the current channel I have and everything, this is, well, first off, I don't own this channel, just to clarify, but second off, there's like so many other channels that I would make content for like over a year, and like I would have just like, I would have completely given up and tried something new, because I'm one of those people that like, I can't do the same thing forever. But I always like to shift over to something new. Fortnite's actually been a lot of fun, so I think it'll stick around for at least a long time. And you know, either way, it's a good place to be, because it's so popular that it's likely to not go downhill that fast.
That was the problem I had with For Honor. So For Honor obviously had hype when it came out, a really popular game, but there was a drastic drop in players. And you know, you spend like 5 minutes just trying to find a game. I mean, it was pretty difficult. But funnily enough, I just downloaded it again on PC because I love playing the game. It's really fun. But you know, the viewer base for it on like YouTube was like so small. So if you wanted to try and get big, like, you know, get a fan base based around For Honor, you were going to have to reach out to pretty much the whole. But as you say, Fortnite is, and the thing is with Save the World, I played it, you know, with no thoughts of making videos, just because it is a fun and grinding game, which I love, for so many months. And the fact that I ended up getting to, you know, a high level, which does help with the content, I'm not going to lie. Like Ignited, my friend, you obviously know him. Yeah, he wants to do content for it as well because he enjoys the game. Think up ideas. He knows that he's limited to his level because he's a newbie. He's like level 20. Yeah, and he feels like he's limited. But I said to him, like, it's not. I guess it is so much to do with, you know, the title, the thumbnail. You've got to have the interesting idea. Like, you need to have that curiosity for people to click on the video. But I said it's the entertainment that's going to keep the people watching.
Exactly. You can be, you know, you can be like, maybe get like lucky, like maybe like the Rice Gum sort of YouTube or something, but like you can't keep them there forever. You have to build the platform and the fan base. Like that's why I think Litanah is really going places. I think he's probably going to be the biggest once, you know, Save the World goes free. I think he's probably going to be the biggest creator. If there is, you know, if there's one to point fingers at, because right now I think the biggest Save the World creator is Jakers. I'm not sure.
It's about 260,000.
Biggest Save the World creator that doesn't do scammer get scam videos. I think that's Checkers. But like, I'm not gonna point fingers there. I mean, you know, he's stopped with that content actually, so that's whatever.
He slowed down with Save the World. It's a bit upsetting.
Yeah, but like I said, we'll talk about scammer and trading stuff later on. That's the later topic. Let's move on to the next topic. And seeing that TCThief is somewhat back, I think it's a good time to mention it, because we're to talk about live streaming. Hey, you know, like this live stream right now, what you guys are probably watching, or I don't know, I'll assume. But live streaming is an interesting part of Save the World, because there are a lot of I think the primary live streaming section of Save the World is on Twitch. You don't get the same levels of active viewers and constant viewers on YouTube, at least from what I've seen. With my case, it's actually the exact opposite. Like, I think that's just because I have a bigger YouTube platform than I do have Twitch. But with people like, you know, tickytickytunka and Allura and Cylon and Twitch streamers like that, it's, you know, it's Twitch only. Like, I don't think they'd ever move over to YouTube, mainly just because YouTube wouldn't bring the same thing.
Oh, you do go to Twitch to watch people live, don't you? And YouTube gives you the... I go to YouTube when I want to watch videos in my own time, but if I want to watch something real time, I always go to Twitch. That's how I see it anyway.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. You know, one of the questions that I think is, you know, if you don't want to become a big Save the World YouTuber, how do I become a big Save the World live streamer? And there's no answer to that question, because that just depends on what people will watch you. There are going to be people who watch you for the first time and was like, who is this 17-year-old loser? I don't want to watch this, and walk away. Literally every fan, no. And there are going to be other people that's like, oh, this is, you know, it's a younger person, you know, they've got a little bit more energy in them, they'll probably be able to hype up the stream more. This is something that might excite me. So, you know, it might be something with people that want topics to get really riled up. And then there's other people who are like, just play the game. And
yeah, I want to watch because I don't want to play it.
Mm-hmm, yeah. There are times where, you know, I just like, I'm level 46, I'm not even entwined yet. I want to feel like I'm entwined, so I'm going to go watch tickytickytunka, and I'm going to watch him level 125, jerk.
Yeah, even TC makes me feel like a noob, and I'm entwined.
You know, he got to Candy Valley, like, when he first started the game, he got to Candy Valley in 20 days. First run, like...
Upsetting.
And on his second account, like, he got to Candy Valley in 10. Like, the guy's a magician.
That's something I wanted to try, actually, was seeing how fast I could get to Twine Peaks on a new account, now that I have the knowledge behind the game.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna... Oh, yeah. So I actually made a second account, and that second account is eventually going to become my main, because my main account is one I'm sharing with someone else, because I started sharing with them a while ago, you know, when I had no money to actually buy Save the World, as sad as that sounds.
Fair enough. I respect that. I done that. I still do it. Wink, wink. I still do it actually on Xbox. You know, you can game share.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Game's half price.
Yeah. So I originally shared with a friend of mine named Alex. FilthyCrow, if you're watching. Shout out there. But I've got friends who want to help out down the road, and that's nice of them to, you know, offer that. I'm starting up a new account, and I actually I had enough money to buy Save the World eventually. So I bought Save the World on a second account. So far, I finished 7 pages of Stonewood within 1 day, and I should be done with Stonewood by probably like tomorrow. And I don't expect Clickerton to take that long. It's just like I'm honestly just kind of lazy.
Hello,
I mean,
I keep having internet. Keeps fucking cutting out or something, man. It's annoying.
Welcome back, man. We were just talking about streaming. So, you know, one question that was brought up a lot was what does it take to become a popular Save the World YouTuber? I want to know your answer to that.
Who, mine or Aiden's?
Yours. We already talked about it, so.
I'd say streamer.
Yeah,
streamer.
So I could tell you both. You have to stay on the grind, man. You have to release videos, like I would say at least every other day, man. And most especially in Save the World, you have to hit videos when people are searching videos. And most of the time when people are searching videos, it's after a big update, or like, say, for instance, the perk recombobulator just came out.
Yeah,
that's a big traffic time. There's times like that. You must release a video about that, or you just fall behind. I could see in the last month, man, there's been a lot of changes, and just my channel has slowed down a lot because I haven't been very active.
But yeah, you were moving. You had an excuse.
Yeah.
So I guess this is a bit of a controversial question because everybody has a different answer, and the answer can always fluctuate. But in your guys' opinion, I guess I'll start with Thief for the answer here. What's the best amount of time to live stream for?
So it's hard to say, man. Like consistency is the biggest key of streaming. You got to remember, like every hour you spend off camera is an hour that other people are watching somebody else, man.
Yeah.
In the beginning, when you're trying to get partnered, you really have to monitor your numbers because it takes 75 average viewers to be even eligible for monitor. So if you're sitting right at that point, build up your audience. Like if you're building up to like 150, build up to 150 and stay like at that viewers as much as possible. And as soon as you see your viewers starting to degrade, like cut stream, like set a point like 100 viewers, cut stream and host somebody else. And then if you do that consistently, if your viewers don't keep dropping like below 70, it buffs your numbers, and it's a lot easier to get partnered if you really watch your viewers. And then stick with what you know. If you know that a game, like we were doing Save the World, man, like Save the World was a really big game for me. If I went to play other games, my viewers would really suffer. So I didn't always want to play Save the World every night, but that's where the viewers came from. So we kept on, like I kept on with Save the World and Save the World until I was partnered. Now I have the freedom to like play other games if I want, and I don't really have to monitor viewers, because once you're partnered on Twitch, you're pretty much partnered for life, and unless you get like
banned or something.
Yeah, unless you're like shouting racial slurs or like starting a hate group or some just nonsense. Like you really have to try to get departnered.
Yeah, I think another part with becoming a big streamer is like, you know, going along with what you said, you know, finding the time to be the first to talk about an update or something, or being the highest viewed or something like that. That's one part of it. The other part of it is you got to keep people coming back. It's like, you know, you can either do like, hey, by the way, guys, I'm doing a giveaway tomorrow, so make sure to come back tomorrow for this live stream, or something, you know, something around those lines, to make sure that people will come back for more. And I think that's one big part. You know, you have to not only get them to get there, but you have to keep the connection. Then, you know, along with saying that, I do have only 2 viewers on Twitch right now.
Yeah, man.
It's all good. Actually, I think we already qualified for
affiliate.
No, with partner. I think we qualified because we have had because we also do criminal case, which is, you know, a much more community connected thing, at least for us right now. So that has bumped us up a little bit with viewers, you know, because viewers will jump on to every Thursday to, you know, watch the same thing. So I think we qualify. I just haven't filled anything out yet, and I think that's a good thing. Let's try to keep the consistency coming back up, and then keep moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read chat real quick. Ignoted in my my YouTube chat just said I'm here just to trash talk Aidan. The whole Tippy Roller community on Twitch is pretty close, scheduling their streams around each other, etc. I think that's why it's so successful over there. It's very supportive. Yeah, I think that's good. A good thing. You know, what Thief said. You know, if you're gone for 1 hour or something, that's an hour that somebody else might be online, and somebody else might be able to get viewers and everything. So you kind of just like have to always be monitored, or always have to keep connection with your viewers. So like the second that they see another creator and go, hey, look, that guy has not only a lot of viewers, but he's pretty funny. you know, you gotta make sure that they don't just like transfer over and like never come back, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, sorry.
So there's like one other thing which I always find a bit strange. Where I don't see many collabs. I don't see many people crossing over, doing videos with each other. So obviously you see like the big faces like Jacksepticeye, all of this. They do have their friends over and they, you know, feature other people. But with Save the World, only recently have a bunch of the other Save the World YouTubers like Litanah, Split Screen, you know.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we want to do some videos together. Is that cool? So instead of being like concealed, like it has been for the last like month, you know, I mean, Thief said he was trying to reach out to me, and I tried reaching out to him at one point, but we both didn't see each other's messages for like pretty much a whole month, and we only just found that out recently.
YouTube messages are so cancer, man. Like I'll go back. I'll be all, Checker commented on this video 2 months ago, man, and I didn't answer him back. Like, it's really hard for people to get at you because it doesn't give you every single comment that people make, and then if they comment on a subthread, like it's pretty much you're not. Like the other day, I think about a month ago, I was all, oh, Aidan commented on this video, and so I went and commented on one of his video, and we like pretty much played comment tag until I found his Discord, and I'm all, hey friend me, so we don't have to tap dance around YouTube comments anymore.
Oh man, Aidan, you need to turn off your auto decline friend requests on Discord. Just for like 2 minutes.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Just so like we can add you, and then just like turn it back on and just like.
It's a bad idea, man.
Of course, second. I say that on live stream. The second he turns it back on.
Dude, I have 700 members on my Discord, man. Like, I get no less than about 10 friend requests a day, and I accepted the first couple. I don't even accept them anymore unless, like, if I saw the name, if, like, Litanah requests me, I'll look, like, every week. I'll go add them and stuff, but, like, I was adding people, and the first thing, they'd be like, can you craft me guns? I'm like, no, I can't craft you guns. Leave me alone, man.
A funny story, that's exactly how our DM started with myself and Tcthief. When I was first starting the game, I had no idea what anything was doing, and because like I said, I originally started with another person's account. I shared an account with a friend, and we were playing one day, and he says, hey man, I lost like my 130 Gravedigger. Go over to, I know you're friends with Tcthief. Go over to him and ask if he can get it back for me, or like craft me one or something. And I'm like, first off, I've never messaged him once. We are literally in one Discord server together. I think you need to calm down, buddy. But I did it anyways, and you seem very confused, and I don't blame you. And also, I'm sorry that we had to start out our combo like that.
Oh man.
I mean, it's at least we know what we're doing, and also people keep. I need to set my thing to private so people stop trying to join my game. That's a really bad idea to not have my privacy set to private.
Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? I mean, I have mine set to public, and I accept people that I play with every now and again. But I've had people like notice me in game now, so I'll play with them. And it turns out they're like obviously they're really nice people. So I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll add you. You're high level. And then when I'm sitting in a lobby, I'm like trying to do something. They just join and start talking to me. I'm like, I'm a little bit busy at the moment. I mean, you know, I can't really talk.
I remember one situation where Litanah and I were talking about it. There is this kid that actually ended up joining his party while he was doing a commentary on a gun. I think it was the Silent Spectre. I'm not sure, but he was doing a commentary on a gun, and I think it actually made the final cut. I think it actually went into the video. This kid just jumping into his game. It's like, hey, Litanah, I'm a huge fan. I was like, oh, I'm actually kind of doing a video. I was like, oh, don't worry, I'll just play around. And I was like, just an awkward silence for a minute.
It's gonna be even worse now for content creators, because like people really have to manage their friends list because they have in-game chat. You either or in-game voice. You either have to disable that or like not do it, because like people could just come in. That's my friends list was up to, I think, 500 at one time. I got 400 and something pending friend requests right now. But Yeah, I literally deleted everybody off my friends list because I was trading some materials to one of my buddies and somebody joined my storm shield, swiped and left. So I was like, yep, that's it. Deleted everybody, dude.
I feel that because I was doing one of my very first ever Save the World streams. Was funny enough with a kid who did Scammer Get Scam videos. His name was like Izobi or something, and I mean it was a memorable stream. Like, and he was a cool dude and everything. And, you know, I feel like a lot of people who like they're misjudged. Like, they're not horrible people. It's just like they don't make good content and all that.
No. Yeah. I want to get onto that when we do.
Yeah, I'll get to that later on. But I ended up joining his game, and I was like level 14 at the time, and I mentioned this is my first Save the World stream. I want to do like a giveaway or two with some guns or something. Do you have any extras? And of course, this was a guy who was making Scammer Kids scam videos, and he had like, of course, like 100 130s and 106s and everything, even though he was like power level 20. It was funny, but like he was cool. He helped out with a couple of things, and then some random just jumps in. And my backpack space was full just at the moment when he jumps in and just like takes like 4 or 5 level 130s, and like he didn't leave. He was just like teasing us. There wasn't voice chat at the time, so we couldn't like scream at him, hey, stop. We were kind of like talking to him in chat, give the guns back and everything, and he kind of ran around, and I guess that's what we get for not putting our privacy to private.
Yeah.
David Dean, I was watching David Dean. I've watched David Dean for ages. And I remember at one point he accepted like everyone that sent him friend requests. But it got to the point where every single game he joined, people would join and just beg for guns and they wouldn't complete the mission. And that's when he had like a turning point. He's like, right, I'm going to have to clear my whole friends list of everyone.
Yeah. The whole gun thing, man, I never, like, when I was leveling up, I never asked one person for a gun, man. Like, I just, at the guns at your level are more than enough to kill the husks at your level. So it's like kind of like you spend more time asking people for guns and stuff than
actually playing the game.
Yeah, like if you actually play the game and got through it, like you could craft your own guns, man. So like I never understood the whole can you craft me a gun thing, man.
Yeah, I have the ability and more than enough resources to craft 106 hunter killers and 106 siege rakers and some judges and everything. I'm only power level 46, but they're fun to use. I mean, like, I know there are a lot of people who say, oh, you're wasting, the gun and everything if you're using it at a lower power level. I know, but guess what? I have the materials to do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And also, the better part of it is if you don't want to level up your guns, level up your heroes. There you go. I got my Headhunter 106, and it is beast. I love it.
Yeah.
Also, don't judge me throwing in Pathfinder Jess in my squad bonus.
No, I didn't even look. Let's see.
I've got an 82 Pathfinder Jess. I'm gonna be able to make her 106 eventually. I farm XP a lot of the time, so I've got enough to bump her up.
I'm up to.
I'm just looking at your heroes, and I'm just
to,
like, okay, dude, I get it.
I'm up to 44 level 130s.
Oh my god.
Ooh, hot damn.
Yeah, I leveled a survivalist. I was kidding with the stream the other night. I was like, you want to know what way that you get Thief to freaking level a shitty tune? Just put the Headhunter skin on it, man. I'll level anything, dude.
Oh, you got the new Stars and Stripes and just bumped it up all the way?
Yep. My Stars and Stripes is level 122 because it's a Headhunter.
I don't even know if it's... I tried it like twice. It seemed okay. I didn't really mess around with it much.
It's awful, dude. It's probably one of the worst soldiers. It's in the bottom. It's in the bottom tier. It's right next to Rescue Trooper, Demolitioner.
Oh yeah, did you get I heard that Carbide was actually pretty good. Did you get him?
Yeah, Carbide's decent.
Decent.
Yeah.
I don't have any of the special heroes because oops, I started the game really late. So I missed the Fortnite Mirrors event and the Spring It On event, pretty much any event that would have gotten anything of any sort of worth. Oops.
Yeah, so he's half kneecapper build, and well, he's not a half kneecapper. He's got lingering pain, which that's a half kneecapper. So he's got 25% D shots, man, and then he's got shockwave every 15 seconds, and then grenades with keep out on it. So he's like an AoE tune, and then the lefty and righty with zip zap on it is a lot stronger than freaking going commando. So he's like a decent tune if you have him and you don't have like an urban assault or special forces. Of course, like if you have an urban assault, nothing comes close to the damage output of urban assault. I keep telling people that I think urban assault needs to be taken out of the game. They need to either heavily nerf it or take it out of the game. Like if they took urban assault out of the game, it would immediately balance the game, man, because the game is really highly imbalanced right now with urban assault.
I'll get on to some other TCT favorites a little bit on, because I know I can already say one of them. Hunter Killer.
Yeah, man. Hunter Killer. That's another thing. The assault, there's no reason to use any other guns in the game besides assault rifles because they're so good. If they crank back the damage output on assault rifles, it would immediately make all the other guns in the game more viable.
Yeah, I gotcha. Oh wow. Speaking of people who want to text me, I got a message from apparently someone who's on my friend list. Do you want me to make you a 106 Super Shredder? I'll pass, but thank you, friend. Anyways,
I have to put in a caveat, all right, because my chat is flaming me right now. Except guns on a class, which that class buffs the guns, and Headshot Jess does not count because her freaking perks are terrible. All right, so pistols for the ranger, and then shotguns for the raider. But other than that, there's on a class that doesn't buff anything. There's no reason to use anything else but assault rifles because they're so good. There you go. There's the caveat.
Oh man, that's so funny. My Hunter Killer. Like I said, I've only got one, but it's got fire on it. So it's not the build that I want. Like for example, I have crit damage except the damage. I do have magazine size. It's got fire. I can't remember what the fourth was supposed to be, and I don't have affliction. It causes affliction on it. But I really still do need to change the damage to mist monsters and bosses to damage to slowed and snared because
yeah,
it's.
I have a few Hunter Killers.
Yeah, you got a few Hunter Killers. You'd say that.
I love them. They're awesome, dude.
You've got also one for every single element too.
So I have 3 sunbeams, one for each element, and then I have 3. Well, actually, I have 5 106s, one for each element, then a physical one, then I got a legacy gun, then I haven't converted.
Oh, he cut off. Just don't tell me his internet crashed again.
Yeah, it did crash.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. The stream's going on. But yeah, the 106s, I got one for each element, and then a physical, and then I got a legacy gun that I'm not converting over.
Gotcha. Let's move on to the next topic, because if we keep just like going on each topic, we're gonna make the stream a little bit too long. But then again, maybe that'll be good. Maybe we'll actually get Litanah on in time. Anyways, so the next topic is going to be about the one of the new updates to Save the World coming in 5.0, and it's going to be one of the modes based around. And I know you're excited, TC. I just call you Thief. And it's going to be the Challenge the Horde mode, or AKA Horde Bash. You know, and that should be some fun. So basically, let me get the description for how what they're describing it as. So
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
I'm pretty excited. I never played the first Horde Bash. So when I was going over people's videos, like David Dean's and split screens, to prepare for it, and they were saying how you long-term event sort of thing, that you have to level up in it, and I thought that sounds awesome. I can't wait to get into that event.
Yeah. So let me read the description of how they're describing the new version of it. So it's a mode focused on getting into combat quickly. Drop into a map with a pre-built base and battle against waves of enemies, but with limited time to craft weapons, build structures, and lay traps. Challenge the Horde will be the focus of our version 5.0 event and the primary source of event tickets. This mode will come with several improvements. Reward difficulty progression, reward combat, mini bosses, and new rewards. I'm not going to go entirely through all that. If you want to read that, you can just read the state of development blog from the devs themselves. And tickytickytunka, internet has stopped working again.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
It's just OBS keeps crashing for some reason.
Ah, okay. All right. It feels bad, man.
We've got so many big updates happening, and with the... Because obviously you start off with level 20 weapons, or you get low tier materials, don't you? So now what that's leading us to do is, you can level up some level 20 guns and a couple of perks for each level. So I'm going to have a couple of weapons based around like these random levels that I normally never would have, just for this event.
I feel you. On my new account, my new account that's already level like 14 or something, I don't even remember. The first day, or like the first day and a half that I had it, I got Urban Assault Headhunter and a Hunter Killer on the account within like the matter of a day and a half. So I'm proud of myself there. The Headhunter is only an epic, I think, but that, I mean, I did just start out, so I get a little bit of time before I flex it. And, you know, the Hunter Killer, of course, had to be the worst one that the collection book could get me. I had to get a physical element on it.
I got a physical one for them mist monsters, dude. Blasters.
Yeah, at least there's something.
I love using the Tiger. I have my Tiger built for the pretty much blasters, because I've got headshot damage 2 perks and physical and mist monsters. And when I use that on the Urban Assault, I'm hitting like 120 or 1,000 on the blasters for headshots. Like when it builds up, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'd still stay with that damage to slowed and snared on it, because the damage to mist monsters, if you can kill it in less than 4 shots, it will do more damage because of the disparity between 24% each bullet building up. But if it takes anything over 4 bullets, damage to slowed and snared is gonna do more, man.
Yeah.
Oh, worth taking into consideration, actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. If you were gonna change anything on the gun, because the weapon snares, so you change that damage to mist monsters to slowed and snared, and that second bullet is gonna hit really hard.
Yeah.
I gotta say one thing before we move on to our next thing. I'm just curious. Actually, before I even point that out, I saw that the first weapon in your schematics, and that's because it's by name default, is the Bald Eagle, and you got it to 130. Preach. Because that's like, it's an unpopular opinion, but it's like one of my favorite guns of the game.
Yeah, I don't really like it. I haven't used it. I leveled it. It's got really high crit chance and crit damage, but it's not very good in my opinion. It shoots too slow. I like guns that shoot really fast, man. My favorite gun on the Ranger is the Haywire Storm. The Haywire Storm just wrecks stuff.
I think the Judge, if it did like more damage than, like, if you didn't have to perk everything up to get more damage than needed, then I think it would probably be like better than the Deagle, at least for my opinion. But I do like the faster fire rate on the Judge, because the Deagle is like bang, bang,
yeah,
bang.
Man, I was getting all hyped to level it up and use it. Now you're bashing on it. I'm like, oh man, is it?
You're talking about the Bald Eagle?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bald Eagle, man. I was getting hyped to use that because
there was someone. I can't remember who it was. They leveled it up to like be able to get like DPS like almost near like 1 million or something on the Deagle, and I'm like, how the hell?
That was A1. I watched that video. He used
that was
like, the
him.
slow field and everything. Yeah, and he hit over 1 million, didn't he? One hit the smasher, and that's when I was like, I want to try it. I want to be hitting over 1 million.
Yeah, that sounds like fun. But it's something to just play around with. But moving other than the other question I had for Thief for both of you is, I already know Aidan's answer, so I'll ask Thief primarily. How do you like the new Bobcat? Uh oh, do we have any internet problems again? That'd have been bad time to ask a question.
Stag, he can't talk.
Yeah, I'm here. I was typing. The Bobcat. The Bobcat. I'm looking at it right now. The Bobcat is a good weapon. But the only problem is you can only get one of them. So where, like,
I feel
where does it fall in? You know what I mean? It's like you can, I guess you can put one element on it and use it as your, is it light bullet gun? And you know, put like nature and then have the gravedigger and have a different water gun. But I think it's a lot better than some of the other guns they released. Like it's on level with the Siege Breaker and the Silent Spectre in reference to like damage output. But the big thing that I can't get past on those two guns, the Silent Spectre and the Bobcat, is the range, man. I want the range on a weapon. And it's hard to keep headshots rolling. Like on Urban Assault, you only need one headshot every 6 seconds to keep the, you know, the 50 to keep Make It Rain, like to stay under the Make It Rain buff. But I like hit the Hunter. I don't know, man. The Hunter Killer, you can hit like consecutive headshots.
Well, the Hunter Killer is, you know, a primary. Like, if you read the description of the Hunter Killer, it says that it provides more damage for a headshot. So it's a headshot primarily, headshot-based gun. If you get more powerful headshots in, you'll do more damage. That's one problem with me. I have really bad aim.
It shoots laser beams, man. That's why I like it so much. But the like before I started using the Hunter Killers, if I would have got the Bobcat, I would have been like, this is a really, really good gun. Like it's a really good gun. Put an element on it and it'll do for like one of your elemental weapons. I think I would definitely change that last perk to from damage to miss monsters to damage to slowed and snared, and I might change the fire rate to pure damage.
I gotcha.
Because the fire rate's pretty high on it already. What the fire rate is? Let me see, 1307, man, coming up from, and that's with a 21% buff. So the fire rate's probably 10, 11 something with without the buff. And that's like 3 rounds a second faster than the Gravedigger, man.
I have like for my 3 slots, I have it just Siege, Hunter Killer, and Judge. At least on my current main account. That's gonna swap to Bobcat, Hunter Killer, and Judge because I tried out the Bobcat on my account. I actually if you know Zook, right? In your Discord, Zook.
Yeah.
He hooked me up with a couple Bobcats, and the second I tried it out, I tried it out on a mission. I was just like in love with the gun. It was a lot of fun. It did have a damage to miss monsters, so that did offend me a little bit. But
see, okay, this is the problem, dude. You're like, I'm a level 125, right? I've opened up 350 troll stash llamas. You know what I mean? Like when that shit came, when that they refunded, so. People were watching me open stuff and I'm like, they're like, what are you talking about? It's so good. So like, it's hard for me to, if I would have got this gun when I was a new player, that gun would have been awesome. You know what I mean? But like now I look back and I'm like, it's all right. It's not, when you have a bunch of good stuff already, like comparing it to the good stuff you have already it kind of skews the results of the test or whatever. I think for 90% of the community out there, this gun is awesome. You know what I mean? They'll get, definitely it's worth buying from the store if they're new players, because this, you, like I said, put an element on it and this can be your gun, one of your guns.
I changed mine over to damage and snared actually. And I mean, it's one of the main guns I've started to run now as well. Like I run that, and then I run a shotgun, then I run a sniper. But I know that you're against that because I made a video on the 3 weapons that I choose, and I use like scenario weapons, but I use energy as compared to the 3 elements. But I was saying how it's sort of obviously up to how you play on your play style. And the thumbnail was actually that I done was based off you as well, Thief, because the 3 hunter killers I put in the thumbnail all had their elements.
Oh, nice. I think I catch most of your videos, but it's hard to keep up with everybody's videos and stuff. Like I'll watch Gumby's, I'll watch Alura's, and then Checkers and yours and David Dean's, but it's hard to keep up with every single one, man. Like you only have so much time in the day, and you got to making a video yourself, you're talking about takes half the day, the whole day, if you really spend some time on it.
Yeah. That's what's been slowing me down. It's just like I always have like a million things I'm doing, and then there's always something that I'm not doing, and I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, my attitude about elements comes like I'm an in-game raider, man, and like Nightmare content and Star Wars: The Old Republic. So, like anywhere I can get damage, I do get damage. You know what I mean? Like that's the best. You know, if you're on a DPS tune, what are the ways that you can do more damage? Like nothing else matters. If I could trade half of my health in for more DPS output, like I would. I
would as well, actually.
Yeah, I played a DPS tune on Star Wars Old Republic, man. Like I was a melee DPS for almost 4 years straight. I watched
that one because didn't you talk about I think it was you that made the video about the melee gaps and stuff, about how there are no closers to keep the melee weapons to be pretty good.
Yeah, so they hold on a second, something's going on. Gotcha. Yeah, so they did a bunch of updates to the melee, which is really, really good, man, and talking about aligning damage output with ranged and melee, like trying to make them similar and taking away some of the durability. So that's good. I think they need to up the damage just a little bit more, and then they need to add a gap closer. Like literally every ninja has a useless ability, man. All they need to do is take it away and give it phase shift and call it something else, man, and put like four charges. That's like if I worked at Epic, I would be like, or if I was in charge of like the balancing team, I'm like, this is what we're gonna do. Every ninja has a useless ability. Take it away. It's stars on a dragon. All right. So every ninja that has an ability that they don't buff, just take it away. Simple as that. Like balancing would be so easy, man. And then all you got to do is take phase shift from Outlanders, paint it with a different thumbnail, and call it something else. But you could keep the mechanic exactly the same, and that would be the end of story, man.
And Epic are no strangers to reskin, so there's no way they can't get about it.
Yeah.
Oh, we went there. I can't tell you how many newbies I've met to save the world and everything, or people who are sometimes even higher level than I am. And, they'll tell me how Harvester Sarah is the best ninja, and I'm like, okay, why? And they'll go like...
It's the best melee ninja. Like, they're right in some accord, but it's nowhere close to the damage. Like, people don't... Oh, God, I hate getting on the soapbox about this. The dragon... I've been playing video games for almost 20 years, all right? The dragon has the most massive AoE cleave that I have ever seen in a video game on a 10-second cooldown that you can spam over and over. Like this is what distinguishes the difference between Shuriken Master and the dragon. The Shuriken Master isn't a cleave. It's not a conal cleave. It's a flat cleave that if it's above or below, like you don't get credit for the cleave. The dragon is a 1.5 tile tall AoE conal cleave. That is massive, man. That's why I get people on my dragon video like arguing with me. I'm like, I don't even want to argue with you, man. Just go play the class, please.
Oh man,
I'm not gonna max in mine actually. I mean, I can't wait to max because I've just got my hands on Shuriken Master Sarah, and obviously you'd use her in support.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I'm working on maxing out my, because I had a Dragon Scorch, but I got rid of him at some point. As soon as I'd done it, I regretted it. But luckily, I got him back in a new llama, so I'm working on maxing him out, and he's going to be the hero I'd use for the lower level challenge the Horde. I think it's going to be really useful.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely, like whenever you don't have to use resources, or whenever I don't want to use resources, I'll use Dragon, man, because I mean you just sit there and spam Dragon / you don't even have to shoot.
Oh man, this is fun. All right, let's move on to the next topic before we spend another 2 hours just on the same topic because we've been a bit going a bit slow with the topics. Let's roll a couple of them out. All right, the next one is oh god, this is gonna be the most controversial one, I'm sure. PC players versus console players versus mobile players. Oh boy.
Well, can we just take mobile players off the list and say mobile players are shitters? That's the story right there. Dude, my son, he's playing Xbox, and when we cross-platform, he will literally tell me, like, he'll find a guy in the corner and be all, Dad, yo, this guy's on mobile. Look at him. He'll be all turning around all slow and stuff. I'm like, yep, that guy's on mobile.
Mobile players, man.
All right, so Aidan, I know sometimes do you play with the Builder Pro or do you play on Xbox? I'm not even sure.
I originally started playing on Xbox. I did for a long time, but then I got a new computer and I decided that when I found out, because Epic released it so that you could use the same Epic Games account on the computer as well as the console, and not obviously have to buy it again. So that's when I moved over to PC. And as soon as I moved over, I mean, it's just so much better. Like, there's no lag. The FPS is so much better. The graphics are so much nicer. And, you know, compared to console, it's so laggy, and the frame drops so much just from like encampments. And the controls I use Quick Builder, and I did for ages. And if you watch my videos, you know for a long time I was like, why haven't Epic put Builder Pro in yet? And obviously they've just put it in. And now that I've used Builder Pro on it, I've gone back to Quick Builder. So after all these months of complaining, I've ended up going back to the same controller settings as I previously used, because Quick Builder, Builder Pro in Save the World doesn't work like it doesn't Battle Royale. Like, obviously you want to build quickly, but I mean, you're not rushed like that in Save the World. And to build like as quick as I did in Battle Royale in Save the World, it doesn't have that snappy reaction, which is kind of annoying to me. I wish that Epic would sort of try and work on that, because I feel like it has a delay. Like, you know, when you can run somewhere and you're going to change to a ramp to place it down quickly enough, like you end up placing like a wall and a floor and a ramp, even though you just meant to lay a ramp. And it sort of annoys me, but I've gone back to Quick Builder, and I think I'm going to stick with it.
Oh, I got something in chat from another Save the World player. I think it's gonna really offend Thief. Somebody typed recycle hunter killer and use it as XP to upgrade the tiger.
The tiger.
The one tiger.
That's a scoped weapon, right?
Yeah, that's the scoped.
Yeah, scoped weapons are trash in this game. There's no reason to use any scoped weapons. That's my opinion.
The scopes alone. I love the scopes.
Yeah. Like, they're fun, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, when you compare it next to a weapon like the hunter killer, it's like, it's not even close, man. It's a meme, dude. I mean, I'm total in agreement with cranking back all the damage on all of the other weapons that make all the like scope weapons, all the sniper rifles obsolete and stuff. Like, I'm totally for it, man. It would make all the other weapons usable. But like, dude, compare any scoped weapon next to the Gravedigger. Like, yeah, they just get obliterated, man.
Okay, what about the Obliterator? I'm sorry.
It's a meme weapon, dude. It's for clearing buildings. It's
clearing walls.
Yeah, it's just like that's its thing. It clears out buildings. Like, cool. You can do the same thing with going commando, but I don't know, man.
Hey, it's the only situation where I can actually get a no scope. Don't judge me.
If they had a class that appropriately buffed sniper rifles, it would be good. But they don't. You know what I mean? Like, if they took Headshot Jess, reskin the Ranger, and everywhere where it says pistols, they put snipers, dude, we would have a good sniper tune, but we don't. They added freaking rate of fire on a one-shot weapon. That doesn't make sense at all, dude. That doesn't make sense. They're all, oh, you can fire 1 round a second. Now you can fire 1.35 rounds a second. Ooh. Don't use it all in one place, guys. Like, like, who's running this stuff? You know what I mean?
Oh, that's funny. All right, so let's move on a little bit. So, what is your guys' opinion on the? Oh, sorry, I bumped into my mic there. What is your guys' opinion on the new research and recruitment update? So now you can actually recruit and research parts of your collection book.
Well, the thing is, I mean, I know a lot of people love it, and much as I really like the idea, I think it is good. It takes away a massive grind aspect. It goes along with the recombobulator. So we've now been given all of this freedom, all of this, customization for these weapons. But one of the main things that I really enjoyed about games, I'm going to take Destiny 1, for example, was a weapon that I didn't have. So, for example, there was a gun called the Galahorn. I didn't get this weapon as a drop for about 3 months. It was the last one I needed. And when I got it, the satisfaction that I got, I stood up, I was like shirtless. I was like, woohoo, let's go. I was going mental about it. Now, like, you used to buy loads of llamas, you would try and get really lucky god rolls. But now you have all that customization. So I think they've really, I would say, dumbed it down, but they've made it more accessible for the new players. So I think they're trying to work on growing the fan base or the player base and making them stick to it. Because if people played back when there was none of this, there was a big grind that I don't think many of them could get to. Because people get to like Canny Valley and they think that's too much. And I'm like, you haven't even seen the other side yet, and you're complaining about the grind being too hard. And like I said, I'm someone who's played RuneScape all my life. So in that game, you spend a lot of time doing the exact same thing. So I'm used to grind games and I really enjoy them. So that's one aspect I miss that, I wish it was still there, was the grinding aspect. But in the end, I mean, I now get to choose any weapon I want, and I can actually get my hands on Mega Base Kyle without getting scammed by llamas.
Scammed by llamas. So I think it's good for a few reasons, all right? Oh, I'll start my first one first, all right? I think there is a big thing in this community where people think stuff that is rare equals good, i.e. the MGR, right? They're like, oh, it's super rare. It must be really good, but it's not. It's awful. You know, when you compare it to the top tier soldiers, its damage output is just not good. It's not even the best at what it's supposed to be good at, which is AoE. The dragon is. The dragon is like 10 times better than it. So as more people get it, the people who were the white knights for the MGR classes and, you know, the rare stuff, the preciouses, the more people get it, the more it will take out of that, oh, it's my precious, because it won't be people's precious anymore because everybody will have it. Then people will be like, oh, this tune's not that good. I'm going to go play something else. You know what I mean? So for that reason right there, and then it also takes all of I mean, you could pump so much money into this game looking for mythics, and what they're trying to do is, I think they're going with the whole.
Sorry, I got a new follower. So,
nice.
Elite Zion, thank you for following, man. Welcome.
Yeah, I think they're preparing it for free to play, so you don't have to spend a bunch of money on, you know, opening llamas. You can actually get it like that. If you want to open llamas, you can, but
I think sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I think the one part is like it did definitely like nerf the llamas a little bit. I think it took a lot away from the llamas. It's like now the weapon llamas are just like, you don't need them. Nobody needs the weapon llamas anymore. And now they're selling them. It's just like rubbing in your face like, come on, you know you want to open a llama. You know you want to open something, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's
only got 400 V-Bucks.
There's a lot of people that are pretty salty about it, man. Like, I've spent a few dollars on this game, but I'm not really salty because I don't know, man. Whatever money I put into a game, it's like throwing money out. It's already money that I'm like, this isn't real money. It's just an electronic. It's like throwing money out the. It's like going shooting. You know what I mean? Like, I go shooting a lot. Like, I have 4,000 rounds of 40 cal in my gun safe, man. But I bought that, and it's just like burning money. Like, I'm gonna go shoot, and you know, I just don't even consider it money. So. I mean, just as long as you consider this like your hobby and you don't expect to get nothing back out of it, it's like, it's cool, I guess. I don't know. But they're just making stuff more accessible to everybody else.
Yeah.
Who don't have
the only llamas I think that are worth buying now, and I think quite a few people agree, is the super people llamas.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I mean, you're still going to be looking for those mythic leaders. So I mean, those are probably the only ones that I would bother buying now, since I can get anything I want from the collection book. But what I imagine now with the collection book, they're going to add a new way to get flux, and I think there's two ways they're going to go around it. Obviously, well, three, I guess. You could do missions that obviously give these as a reward, so mission alerts or actual mission rewards, or they could add it to llamas. And I think that might be something worth doing if they want to keep V-Bucks rolling. But I don't know. It looks like they're not being as greedy. So if they don't add it to llamas, I would be surprised.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see it as a mission alert or in llamas. I don't mind. I just want a new way to get flux.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good method there of them still, like, keeping you getting llamas. So not only for, like, survivors, but, like, imagine getting, like, you know, from, like, a simple upgrade llama that doesn't go to gold or anything, you can get, like, maybe, like, 5 flux. You get enough of those, bam, you've got enough to bump up your Urban Assault Headhunter to a legendary, you know, as long as you have the other perks along with it. Or, you know, something else, like, you know, you've got the Raptor and you want to make it the Hunter Killer and make it as real as possible. Then, you know, maybe if you get, like, you get an upgrade llama to legendary, you might go with the full way, get 10. Go spicy. Yeah. Excuse me. I do think that, like, them not making it so you still can't get survivors in the collection book, it was a really smart move, because that it says, hey, you get a lot of now expandability now if you have certain resources, but we're not that nice.
Yeah, it would take a lot of time out of the game if you could buy survivors as well, because it would literally be a pay to win at that point.
Well, here's the thing. As depressing as this sounds, I think I've said this to Thief once, but I have the worst luck with survivors. I don't have a single legendary or mythic lead survivor. All of my leads are epic or worse.
Oh man.
Actually, all of my leads are epic except for one, which is literally an uncommon. That's not a lie.
On my alt account, I've spent $15. I bought one troll stash, but I haven't spent any other money on the game, and I got 8 mythic spin.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we'll share some RNG, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I got really lucky on that account, man.
Can I just can I just have that account? Like, God knows I need a spare.
Yo, I also had an urban assault when I was legendary urban assault when I like hit level 20 something. So I was all, I won the game, man.
Oh no, here's the thing. Yeah. I have an epic urban assault, and I can buy I still have the event flux where you can buy 100 at a time. So I can flux it up right now on my second account, and it's only level 14. So I can, and I got a hunter killer on that second account as well. So like, it's gonna be a breeze if I can actually get some luck with some goddamn survivors. Yeah.
My luck has been terrible. I mean, I'm player level 92 now, and I've played for a long time, and all of the I've never had a single mythic hero. The only ones I have are from the store or from the missions.
Yeah,
not a single time.
Well,
have I ever got one.
What is it, 12 weeks, man? 12 weeks, you can have all 4 of them, dude.
Yeah, now I can.
Yeah, let's see. Let's talk about the this one's probably going to be a really fast topic we're going to get right through. But there are a couple of new enemies coming to save the world. One of them's already been implemented. It's now the husk that actually creates a border around, or the I don't know what it's called. The thingy that flies around husks, and you always miss the shot on it, and it really annoys you because your aim's
Shielder.
Yeah, shielder. Thank you.
Yeah.
So there's now like a glide shielder or something. So now it's like a full-on globe around following the husk. I think that's a really, really good. I'll
let you guys talk, and I'll give you my insight on what it is.
All right.
So I mean, I come across that new little shield bug in my Bobcat video, and the thing is, you have to get and in the shield to kill it. I'm pretty sure, as well. Obviously, the older ones you can just bop off on the head. So it is kind of annoying that you have to get inside the shield to kill these. I think that's it. Maybe the Thief can tell me in a minute. But I mean, I don't know. They are annoying, but I'd like a trap that focuses on them. I would happily put down a couple of traps that focus on these little shield.
Do you guys
bastards, man? Because they do my nut.
You guys know what the point of them are? Because I can tell you like off the top of my head exactly.
People use melee.
Go for it.
Yep, that's it. That's it. It's their attempt to make melee more viable, dude.
Melee, poor melee weapons. Like, the only melee weapon in the entire game that I like, and I know that I'm gonna get some people angry with this. It's the neon scythe.
Well, all of them are energy, man. Like all of the good ones, like the Stormblade, it's energy now. So there's no, you can't roll off energy for another. They need to take energy off all of the melee weapons base so you can roll freaking elements on them, like neon scythe, all that stuff. And you should be able to roll elements on like what 80% of. Watch, let me go through, man.
New follower. I think Commander
like
Rube, thanks for following, man. Welcome.
Yeah, 80% of the weapons are energy, man, which is not good.
Yeah,
forgetting all this nonsense.
I remember Killfriends using it in a live stream of his once, and I didn't even have it, or that was the first time I've ever seen the weapon in action, and he was just like swinging it around, and it was just like clearing out every husk near him, and I was like, I like that. That sounds like fun. Just like a really close range weapon.
Yeah.
That being said, the other.
Wait, how do you feel about the hardware? Did they try pushing the
oh my god, hardware
to make them viable?
There's literally a golf club in this game.
Don't even get me started. But I mean, even the hardware weapons with constructors that are meant to be built around them suck. About that.
Yeah, let's stick with that. The other new enemy that's coming is, what's it called again? The Zapper? Yeah, there's a new Zapper coming. We don't know much about that, but I assume it's gonna be what the picture shows. It's gonna be the Shielder, but its own sort of enemy. So I think it's gonna kind of be like the Taker, but like just not like going everywhere, and just kind of like I don't know. If it was like an air-based, another air-based enemy, what would your thoughts be about it?
Air-based.
Yeah, I mean, so, like, the Taker, you know.
Taker's already a pain in the ass as it is. I mean, because he hits extremely hard and he teleports around willy-nilly. And I think it takes off the focus of, obviously, you're trying to focus on the Hordes. Now you've got to worry about this Soul Taker flying around. So I think that it should be only the Soul Taker that remains one of the Airborns. But I mean, the Zapper. I think there was like some videos on it. He looks like a pyro or something. I mean, he looks like a ground troop. So I imagine he's going to do some little electric shots that would be quite annoying. But I wonder what his sort of radius is.
We already have one that does that. It's called, I don't even remember what it's called. the big tall guy that zaps lasers out of his mouth. I don't even, why can't I remember it? Blaster, thank you. So, you know, they should have named it the Zapper. That would have been a more accurate name. They missed their chance. Anyways, with that being said, let's move on. So, one of the biggest, like a lot of story-based people who really like the story with Save the World and kind of stuck along with that. Once they got to Canny and, you know, they realized there wasn't going to be any story anymore. It was just constant grind. They felt like a little bit overworked. And now Save the World has announced that there is a storyline coming to Save the World. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Well, Thief, are you there?
Do we have internet problems again? Oh yeah, we do. He's refreshing.
Well, the thing is, with Save the World, I personally never followed the storyline. I just sort of banged out the missions to get through the campaign. I didn't really bother with the story. I wasn't too worried about it. I mean, obviously, when you get into a story, you want it to continue. You want to see how it ends. But for me, it was just complete so-and-so missions. The only difference between like Canny Valley and Plankerton would be like, obviously there are some story missions that relate to the actual story, but you still had to go do 3 of said mission. You know, 3 of X this. You know, go find that. And it just felt the same in Canny and Twine, but a different format. It just didn't have the look. And that's why I was thinking, why are people worried about this when it's exactly the same all the way through with just no dialogue? That's all I felt the difference was.
I guess that's a good way to look at it. I'm a very story-driven person. I like a good story. You know, That's kind of why you know, the channel got attached to Criminal Cases. Like, at a really good story, the game is, you know, as much as, you know, we can say what we want to do about the game sucks sometimes. It's just, it really bites you in the ass, and it's just like, oh, you wanted to play the game? $20, please. And it's annoying, but, you know, you do what you got to do. The story's good, but that's, you know, pretty much what's left. But, you know, that's a story, but it's for another day. I think, I don't know exactly how this will work. Like, will you make it so, if you've already done Canny Valley, or you're kind of sort of through with some part of Canny Valley, or you're already in Twin Peaks, is that it? You missed the Canny storyline, or is it going to be like, you know, okay, I assumed, or I was thinking, for some reason, I thought, like, you know, maybe you would get the chance to, like, go through it, kind of like the Blockbuster event, like, where you could, like, jump around a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how they plan to do that, but I don't know. I think it would be nice to be able to go back and do it, because I know a lot of people would, and I think if they had to do the option, they should do that, where you can go back and complete it. Personally, I would rather not, because, you know, I don't want to do the missions, but I wouldn't mind having the update where I have to go do it if it's going to make so many people that follow the story happier. I don't mind that.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Steve. Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I was just listening. I didn't even know where there was. I didn't even know there was a story in this game, to be honest.
God, I can't see anything.
Wait, what is this game again?
I just like killing the husks.
Bang, 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 bang. Anyways, next topic. Actually, I'm gonna slide this one quick question in. What do you get? Oh god, I'm gonna get flamed for asking this question. What are you guys' opinions on the first-person camera in Save the World?
Bro, get rid of it. Why is that an option?
Yeah.
What is that? It's not first person.
Yeah, it's awful.
That's just a chest view of everything. I feel like a bot walking around, you know?
Actually,
you know when you go into like theater mode?
I feel like I'm playing Minecraft.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I feel like it is. It's horrible. It's disgusting.
Actually, when you're on a hoverboard in first person, it's actually not as horrible as when you're just standing there. But you get, like, it's not like a normal first person. You can't see your gun. You can't see any sort of actual point of view. It's just like, it's kind of like playing it in VR, honestly. Like, if you're gonna play Save the World in VR. But who in their right mind would play Save the World in VR?
Because I was thinking about getting myself a Hive, you know, a virtual headset, and that would actually be pretty funny if you could, you know, jump in with a Hive on first person on Save the World. I think that'd be pretty awesome, actually. Save Epic, sort that out, man. I want to try that out.
Yeah, Epic, give us a shot there. Let us play Save the World in VR. See how long we'll last there. That'd probably be terrifying, you know, to like a newbie or something who doesn't know that this isn't a horror game.
Horror game? You get scared of the husks.
I think
The only time I've been like scared was if you go to the forest missions, there's like a really eerie, and I think she's singing, and I don't play with game sound normally, and I jumped into a mission. One of my early videos I made, I soloed a mission, and I turned on game sound to see what was going on. Obviously I needed to focus, and it's the first time I had the game sound on, and I just heard songs coming from the woods, and I was like, what the hell is going on? I'm getting creeped out by this Fortnite Save the World. I mean, I was freaking out.
Yeah, hey, Fortnite devs, let us know what that is. Like, we're really confused. That's a new theory. Like, what is that sound? Who's that coming from? Is that Ray's actual body?
Oh, that's creepy, man.
Plot twist.
I think
Ray's
it's the
spirit.
Lovers.
Because obviously she's that robot.
Oh man, that makes sense. The Lobbers.
Yeah. I think at some point they need to increase the difficulty or give you an option.
Blowing green in Discord. Can you hear him?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear him.
I can't hear him.
Oh, you can't hear me, Abe?
It would be funny if he replied yes. He's talking. He's just like it's.
I think here. Let me disconnect and reconnect. See if you can
rejoin. 1 sec. See if I can hear him again.
Okay. And I'm all alone.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear him now. There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah,
All right.
I think at some point they need to increase the difficulty or give the option to increase the difficulty at least. Like, I think the 4-player parties are a really good step. But I think, like, the difficulty increase, the blue glow, I think there shouldn't be a cap on it. You can keep increasing and increasing, like, indefinitely.
I think that should be like a game mode. Like, where you just, like... It's like an endless sort of game mode where like you get like Call of Duty Zombies, like where you would get one wave and like it would be kind of easy. Next wave's a little bit more difficult and it keeps going up and up and up and you just see how long you live until your timer team's like knocked down.
It would be like Horde Battle Challenge the Horde, but with unlimited waves pretty much. I think that'd be pretty cool actually, and like a leaderboard, so people would be competing. That would be
Save the world, devs, get on it. All right, let's move on. So the next topic is going to be about the new player reporting system in Save the World. So basically how this works is I'll actually show an example. You'll go into your settings and just, or not your settings, you just click the, scroll down, click report player, and if there's somebody who you were playing with that was being a big butt, you just, you click their name and you click what they were doing. And there's even like trade scam, which we'll get into in a second. You know, you click whatever they were doing wrong, and then you type something in, and I'll just type these nuts because I'm funny. But I think that like they did say that they were gonna plan on making this automated eventually. That's what worries me, because imagine like typing in chat like, hey, does anyone want to trade? And somebody reports you for trade scam. And the only thing that the bot's looking for is the word trade. If they see the word trade in chat from you, bam, you're banned. That's it. It's done. I don't think it'll be like that hard even just for trading and things, but imagine if it is.
It's a slippery slope.
I think they should ban everybody that say trade in chat, no questions asked. The only people that say, to be honest, I don't even really care, man. If you look at, well, I've had global chat disabled since they allowed it.
Yeah.
I just get whispers from people, but the only people saying trade in global chat are
scammers.
Yeah, man. It's like,
pretty much, yeah.
Because think about it. The last time you needed something and you said something in global chat, what did you say? Does anybody have any nuts and bolts?
Never.
I mean, I've asked for planks. I'm like, hey, does anybody have any planks? You hook me up with planks, like I'll hook it up with something, you know? People that honestly want to trade aren't going like, does anybody want to trade?
No,
Come to my home base? Like, okay, you get to my home base and like I need freaking herbs. Yeah, you don't have nothing. Like, I don't know. I usually get the herbs from those guys, man. I go up and I'll be like, they'll be all coming over to my trade box. I'm like, I'm not getting in that sweaty scam box, you little scrub. I said, drop your herbs on the ground and back away. They drop them back away. I'm like, okay, there's 300 here. Enjoy your gravedigger. All right, call me when you got more herbs.
They'll like, we'll get into that segment a little bit later. Now let's talk about trading in itself. There's a lot of controversy about trading. Because, yes, it is technically against the rules, but it's something that everybody has done. I mean, even, you know, pro players, even the best in the world, even, you know, Thief. You know, we've all traded.
Why is it against the rules, though? Where does it say that?
I think it's against the rules.
Yeah.
I've never read any rules that trading is, or you wouldn't be allowed to drop guns on the ground.
Yeah, I don't get that, like...
under trade scamming.
I think, like, if they want to get rid of trading scams and everything, I think the best way to do that is just don't allow people to drop guns unless it's, like, absolutely necessary. I think with trading, it should be a system. Like, do you know how CSGO, they have their own trading system. If you want to trade skins or guns or something, you can. You you know, you put something in and you say, hey guys, this is up for trade, and somebody looks and says, I would like that, I want to get that, so they offer something in return, and if you both are on the same page, then you make a mutual agreement, but you both have to accept the trade. It's not just like
The easiest way to do it is a secure trade window, man. Like I would click on the person, and it would just bring up a trade window, and I put something in the trade box, they put something in the trade box, and then we both click confirm. Yeah, man. Like every MMO since the history of time has this. I don't know why this is like new. They had to have think like, hey, people are gonna be trading shit in this game. You know what I mean? Why don't we do that? But I don't. I mean, I don't want to like flame the devs because I believe they put in a lot of work into the game, but you can't foresee everything, and you know they have to separate their time of what they want to work on and you know what they put on the back burner. But like it's time that they put in a secure trading window. Like a secure trading window would literally eliminate all these problems.
Exactly, and I think that. I feel like they've had so many other things to pay attention to, you know, that they haven't exactly had the time to look over at, you know, because, you know, they've been paying attention to their, you know, success or you know, the thing that's been giving them the most success right now, which is Battle Royale. And, you know, what you can say what you want about that, it is making them the most success and the most money and the most revenue. And I feel like there is, like, a certain window to, like, how much time we have before we all just have, you know, scammed each other for all of our weapons and everything. And I guess that's a good segue into our next segment, which is just scamming. So I guess there's just like, the only reason you would scam someone is because you can't get that yourself, or you've seen an opportunity and you immediately take it and you don't give them any repercussions. And I think it's really dumb. It's just like, it's not the way to play the game, because I almost don't think that trading should be a part of the game, because, I mean, I do, but, like, not in the way that it's currently at, because, like, you could have like two people, one of them scams you out of your 106, but they're only, like, power level 10, so, like, how are they going to fully implement that power level 106 when they're still in freaking Stonewood?
Well, they don't really know the difference, do they, if they're power level 10. But the thing is, with the scamming as a whole, when the game first started up, it wasn't really a problem from what I've heard. It's all this content on YouTube. It's all these views, all these little people that are watching, and it's like, oh, I've got all this good loot because I've scammed someone. And now all these little kids are looking up to them like, yeah, now I can go scam and get myself some weapons. As where if this content wasn't around, I guarantee that scamming would be rare, very seldom, and the trade wouldn't even be a joke.
I think that with a lot of the channels that have done like scammer get scam videos, and their primary focus is scammer get scam videos, they've kind of done the exact opposite of what they've intended to do by, like, you know, showing all these kids that they can get anything they want by scamming scammers, except the kids don't know the difference between a scammer and just a person who's trying to trade, so they'll assume that everybody is a scammer. And they'll end up just taking whatever they want by manipulating their way through it. And, you know, a lot of the time when you're over the age of, like, 13, you can tell when a kid's trying to scam you.
Yeah. I think if you get scammed, you deserve it.
Yeah, there's a lot of times.
You're probably doing something you weren't supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like, instead of, like, I don't know, man. I think every minute you spend in a sweaty scam box is another minute that you're not progressing on your quest, man. So it's like, I don't know, it's pointless.
I think trading for materials is probably one of the riskiest things to do in the game, but I think it's good. Like, because it gives two people who don't need certain materials. Because, like, for example, for myself, I have so much char black mineral powder, I don't need a single fucking gun that will ever need char black mineral powder. I have stacks and stacks and stacks of it, and that I just don't want. Like, I'd be happy to just give it away to people right now if I were actually playing, but it's, like, useless to me right now. So I would be, if there was a situation where somebody wanted to trade, I don't even know what fair ratios are anymore, so, like, maybe, like, 50 Shadow Shard for a stack of Char Black, which is probably a really unfair ratio, and if so, I apologize, but I'm not the ratio king right here. So,
No, but yeah, I mean, I don't hit up global chat. I'm in a Facebook group where it's a trading community, and I'm always going in there after maybe like once a week, I'd say, and I do like an hour of trading where I get all the materials that I've used up, and obviously I get rid of the ones that I don't use because I get stacks of Shadow Shard and Obsidian, obviously being in Twine Peaks. Nothing for me to really use it on. So obviously people are looking for this, and what I need is say like herbs, nuts and bolts, and I can get really good ratios for it. And it's the most efficient way to get what you want is technically by trading. I mean, instead of going out and farming, obviously there are like loads of farming goals. So say nuts and bolts, you go farm. I looked up guides like that, but you know, the fastest way for me to actually do it is to be, you know, go get these higher level materials and then trade them off for a large amount of this lower tier one, the one that I need.
Yeah.
I think scamming in a way is like, it's affecting both parties. It's like, if you get scammed, then maybe you shouldn't have put your 106 on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some, like, I think we use some etiquette. Like, when I trade with people, like I'm over a level 100. It's obviously that I'm not going to scam you for whatever you have. Like, I pretty much, you know what I mean? So, like,
that's it.
You lay your stuff on the ground and you back up, and then I'll give you a gun, you know, whatever. Just remember my name, and then you can keep coming back to me, and you know. And I'll tell them too. A lot of times it'll happen while I'm streaming, and I'll be like, "Yo," I mean, back when I had an audience, I'd be like, "Yo, I'm streaming to 150 people right now. I'm not gonna scam you, buddy. Like, just lay your freaking herbs on the ground."
Yeah, I mean, whenever I trade, it's really bad because of the whole scamming thing. You look at lower levels to be like, oh, they're probably going to scam me. Compared to a higher level, you're like, well, they're not going to scam me. They've got loads of this material. They're probably just trying to make a simple trade like myself. So it also gives off this bad vibe to the lower levels that generally just want to get materials for themselves.
Yeah, definitely. I know there's this one YouTuber, I think, I'm not going to say any names because, you know, no matter what he does, it's not nice to just throw out something or, like, say anything against a person. So I'm not going to say his channel name or his real name. I don't even know his real name, so I'm not going to say anything.
The trading channels, it's not actually the creators which are bad, per se. I mean, there are a couple of them that I watch because I actually like the creator themselves. I don't like the idea of the scamming videos, but the actual person behind it, I mean, it's actually really cool guys. It's just the actual video I'm like, meh. But them themselves are pretty chilled out, to be honest.
Well, that's that's the difference with this person. This guy is just like, he's so disrespectful and rude to like everybody. And like the thing is, he's already in Twine Peaks and he's still doing scammer get scam videos. Like, you're in Twine Peaks. You have so much that you can make videos about, yet you don't. Like, you're missing such a huge opportunity for something that you've already gotten to. I don't know, that kind of aggravates me. But other than that, it's like, there was also a video that he did where he scammed this younger girl or something, and she was in tears, like begging, pleading him to give the gun back, and he was just being like a sassy little cunt about it the entire time, like, oh, you want the guns back? Nah. Oh, go through this maze. If you complete the maze, you get your guns back. And it's just like you're teasing them over something that they've apologized for, that they have admitted that they've done something wrong. And you're just fucking with them. Like, how is that any sort of self-respect for anybody else? Like, if there's any sort of... First off, if you do scammer get scam things, you are still a scammer. You can't say that otherwise. You're still taking other people's weapons for your own personal benefit.
Yeah, to be honest, man, I don't even watch any of that crap on YouTube or, like... engage. I don't pay any amount of attention to any of that stuff, so I really don't know how bad the problem is, especially since I turned off global, man. I mean, if it's a problem, they just need to incorporate the trade chat, and I think that'll solve it.
I really think they should. And along with the trade feature, I think that they should also allow not just like trading weapons or materials. I think it'd be interesting if they allowed like trading of like heroes or schematics, because like imagine that. I think it wouldn't be like
that'd be kind of dangerous.
Exactly, but I think at the same time, it would still give people the ability to get what they want, but at a certain like level. Like there's only certain things that you can trade. Like for example, survivors, you still can't trade those. Good luck. Heroes, you can't trade anything that you've already leveled. So like you can only trade ones that are plain. Same with schematics. You can only trade ones that are like completely brand new, or like something that you haven't leveled. Like for example, like level 20s. Like level 20 legendaries. If you leveled it up even once, you can't trade it. I think it should be like that sort of way. I don't know. I think it's a slippery slope, but I think there is solutions.
I think with the update to the collection book, man, and recruiting, there's really no reason to incorporate that now. My stream got to it before I could say it, but like literally 100 flux, and because that's what I'm doing on my alt account. I have a dragon, but I have no shuriken master for the support bonus, and I haven't played my legendary dragon because I refuse to play without shuriken master. So I mean 100 epic flux and I can just go buy it. So, and it takes 2 weeks to get 100 epic. Is it 2 weeks or 1 week? Maybe 1 week.
For epic it's 1 week. For legendary it's 2.
Yeah, so I mean, and contrary to popular belief, like all you need is epic in this game. You don't really need a legendary hero. It's just a little bit of a hero ability damage, and like I used an epic shuriken master for like almost 90 something levels on my main account. So yeah, I think that really took care of a lot of stuff though.
All right. I think we should probably move on. So I think, okay, yeah, the next topic.
Saying that, this would probably have to be my last segment. I'm gonna have to pop off in a bit.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, we're finishing this off because we're like on the final ones right now. I don't think Lit's gonna be able to make it. He said like he asked if we were still streaming, but like not sure if he'll be able to catch up.
It's a shame.
Yeah. Anyways,
maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time, guys. If you like this, if you like this sort of vodcast sort of streaming sort of thing, if you want to see more of this, let us know. You know, we'd love to do this again. It's been a bunch of fun from all our parts. But that being said, let's move on to the next part of this, which is Save the World being free. It's I know you mentioned, or no, it wasn't you. It was Checkers mentioned it in Litanah's video about like, you know, we are paying for an early access version of the game when we already know it's going to be eventually free. So like, you know, what's the point? When is it going to be free? Why are we waiting? You know, what's the deal? And like, you know, are we gonna get sort of any I can't think of the word, but like comprehension or something like that for like actually like being here early? Will we get anything other than what we've already got just as compensation? Yeah, there we go. I think it's an interesting topic, but yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Say like, I mean, it was our choice to pay for the early access, and what we've paid for is early access. Like, I don't think we should be expecting too much compensation for that. Like, the point of early access is you're paying to help the devs, you know, finish this game, and that's why I brought it. Is because I was like, oh, that's an awesome idea. I want to help. Obviously, this was before Battle Royale blew up. I was like, oh, I want to help, you know, the company to produce this game, so I brought the game, and what I got in return for promoting this game was I get to play it. More than enough. I mean, they're still updating us with regular content, and I think we've got more than enough to keep us happy for a long time. But with it going free, I'd like it to go free as soon as possible, because I feel like a lot of Battle Royale players will come over, because I feel like a lot of kids, you know, obviously they're still at school and stuff, they're not working, so they can't say, hey, mum, dad, can I get your credit card to buy this game? So when it does go free, like Battle Royale itself being free, look how many people play it. So when Save the World goes free, I think there'll be a massive influx, and what that's going to help with the Save the World devs is they're probably going to buff up the dev team, work on all of these little itty-bitty things, and then also have the bigger updates at the end.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I can't wait for it to go free to play, man. I think free to play is going to be. I mean, my son has it because I bought it for him, but him and his 8 friends, out of the 8 of them, he's the only one that has saved the world. But they all play battle royale. And think about the 8 of his friends. How many of them have 8 more friends that have want to play save the world but can't? You know what I mean? I think it's we're gonna see a big population influx, man, of people.
Yeah. I think you also mentioned to me last night when we were talking about this a little bit early. We were just talking about like how content like that's already about Save the World, like once Save the World goes 3, if it does as well as Battle Royale did when it kind of did, which it probably won't, to be completely honest, but like it will do a certain level of success. It'll get a certain level of success. I think like it. For the people who've already made Save the World content, who already got the early access, like they're kind of have like a boost up in the whole community thing because they've already started. They already did the hard part of getting there early. Now all they have to do is just wait for more people to get on when it's free.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for someone like me who has like obviously YouTube content and the rest of us, it's obviously going to be a big. Imagine, like, obviously these people are going to be coming to the game fresh. They're going to be looking for videos like, how do I farm this? What weapons are good? How do I do this? And you're going to see a lot of these channels get a massive growth spurt. And that's also going to help promote other people, these new people, also maybe want to create content on Save the World then as well. So as a whole, the community is going to get a lot bigger. The name's going to be pushed up. And I already feel that Save the World is a fairly big game. It already has a lot of players. I think there is some really big potential for it.
Yeah, I agree. Which actually, speaking of the future, is going to lead us into our final Save the World based topic, I guess, which is the future of Save the World. Will we get the full story? So, like when Save the World comes out, will the entire storyline be there? So, we already have Candy Valley coming out. Will Twine be there too? And will the story be complete? Will Save the World get better or worse over time? Will the YouTubers who are going to make Save the World, will they have the best chance of getting success by starting early? We've already discussed a little bit of this, but what do you guys think?
Yeah. There are so many things I want to see in Save the World, which are sort of just like me reaching to the stars. And some of this stuff I would like to see is like one of my favorite things. I don't know how they would implement it. Like I said, it's just a bit of a dream, but like raids, a sort of raid type of.
Yes.
I mean, I would love to jump into a game with some other people and be like, right, we need to get in Discord because we're gonna have to take out these little dungeons. Then we're gonna have to go take out a massive boss, and then you get a nice reward chest at the end. Because that one of my favorite things in all games is raids. I mean, if people play raids, they know how fun it is. And if Save the World could implement a style of raid, that's one of the few things I really want to see.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. 8-man raids. I don't think they'll stress their server out with 8-man raids. If they do 8-man raids and they give Outlanders healing ability, like Outlanders will suddenly be viable and stuff, man. That will be like a really good class and it will have a role. I agree with the raids thing. That would be really, really cool. Also, like to go along with raids, they need some sort of guild system so you can all join like a guild and you can all
in-game
all
guilds.
Of the players. Yeah, all the players that you play with, you can get a hold of and whatnot. And then some sort of a guild SSD would be kind of cool that you can do a daily and get in there and like do a storm shield defense on the guild SSD.
Yes.
Oh
I mean,
my
I
God.
think about this stuff all the time, man. There's so much. The good thing with this game is there's so much shit they can do with it to make it good, man. Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah. Like the guild system in itself would just make the game better. That way,
Yeah.
So you've got the guild SSD and then you can have guild storage, right? So whoever's the guild master can appoint officers, and like say there's so much shit that I throw on the ground that I don't need. Just think if I could just put that in a guild bank, and somebody in the guild was like, oh, I need planks, you know what I mean? Thief threw these 10,000 planks on the ground so I can use them. So like that, I mean, that in itself would just be amazing, dude.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think that Save the World is going in the right direction. I think that once it goes free, it's going to have a huge burst in, you know, people playing it, obviously. And I think over time it's going to go a bit down, but I think it's going to like sort of trigger a lot of the current, you know, battle royale only sort of channels to like give it a try. And like from a lot of people's personal experience, the first time playing it, it's not as fun, but the second time around, you're like, you get a little bit more invested, and then you keep going after that point. At least that was how it worked with me.
And the thing is, Save the World has that potential to be a proper MMO. Raids, and I think also, like, imagine the guilds, like you need to do a story mission, you can't find people. Do you want to come help me?
Like
quick, easy access,
they had
stuff like that.
If this Fortnite chat, if they just converted that to a guild chat, like when's the last time you typed in the Fortnite founder chat FC?
I don't think I've ever opened it.
Like I've opened it a few times and been like, hey, can somebody help me out with this or whatever. But if they converted that to guild chat, and like you could add, think if you had like 40 something people in your guild, man, you just type into guild chat, hey, anybody down to farm this, you know, 100, deliver the bomb, it's got triple rain on it, you know, like, I mean,
hell yeah,
that would be awesome, dude.
But yeah, that would be that'd be quite spectacular. So this is gonna be the last topic, and it's not actually about Save the World. It's gonna be about kind of just us all as content creators. So I wanted to get a little bit more backstory into, you know, YouTube and how we became, you know, creators and everything. So I'm going to start with tickytickytunka. I already know a little bit about how you started, but how did you start with YouTube specifically?
Man, so I was playing SWTOR, dude, and I wasn't really serious in SWTOR. We'd upload videos every now and then. Like, I'd upload just some videos to troll like other guilds and stuff, and we did a couple of vodcasts that did really well. We did some guides that me and Mark were never really serious about the SWTOR stuff, man. I think since Mark's back from Iraq now, like, you're going to see a lot more videos from both of us in the channel. But I think that's like, and I can remember it vividly, dude. Like, I was just playing Save the World. I was a level 50. You can go back to my leveling video. It's got 100,000 hits. Like, dude, I say about 100 times in that video, and people don't appreciate that video for what it was. Like, I was up till like 3 o'clock in the morning messing around with my squads, and like, I literally had an epiphany, man, and I readjusted my squads, and I went up like 6 levels, and I was like, oh my god. And then I searched on YouTube, and at that time, not a lot of people had those videos out. Like, this one random guy had a video out about like how you should spec into survivor bonuses, and that's why I was spec'd into survivor bonuses, and I started rotating stuff around, and I was like, oh, I said, this is wrong. I don't know who did the math on this. And then I started doing the math on it, and I was all, oh, this is how this works, dude. And I was like, yo, I got to put a video out right now. And I literally hit the record button. I was like, we're going live, dude. And I recorded a
I watched that video when I started playing as well. It's actually,
exactly. I did too.
I learned a lot from your channel. I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is what I need to know. Like, I had no idea what was going on with all this. And I was like, right, let me just learn how to use it. And your video was obviously top recommendation. So I watched it, and I was like, this guy knows what he's talking about. And that's when I found you.
And the thing is, like, I discovered a lot of stuff in that video that was correct, but I didn't know it was correct at the time. I was just like literally talking, man. You know what I mean? I was like, I found this out. I got to tell people, you know, because people don't know and stuff, man. Like, you know, most of the people in freaking chat were saying this and that, and I was like, no, this is not how this works. This is easy math, man. And like, there's no guide. Epic has no guide, so they just throw you in the mix. They're all have fun, kill zombies. You know, you have no idea.
I think it's sort of like
works,
if you can crack the code, you'll make it out much faster than everybody else. And I think that's something that you had early on because you've been an MMO player for so long.
Yeah. So if you listen in that video, I say a few times that I don't think there's enough skill points to fill out the trees, and everybody like a bunch of comments are all, "You're an idiot. There's more than Epic's already confirmed skill points." And then like 4 months down the road, White Sushi does the thing. There's not enough skill points. I was like, I told him. I was like, I had all of that stuff saved up, and David Dean couldn't buy Pistol Evolution 5 because he didn't have enough. Yeah, because he didn't have enough skill points. Yeah, but I mean, at the time I had everything. So, but yeah, that's how I got into it, and that video got really good results. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna do another one, man. And then I did the nuts and bolts one, and it got pretty decent results because like. I would look at videos and people would be like, yeah, farm nuts and bolts in the city. I'm like, that's the worst place to farm nuts and bolts.
Yeah, just hit the cars, guys.
Yeah, they're all like, hit the parking meters. I'm like, that takes forever. I can punch one thing in an industrial zone and come out with 150 bolts, man. I'm like, these guys don't know about the building, obviously, dude. So I put out that and then I put out more, and I was like, wow, this is pretty fun, dude. I'm gonna keep doing this. And yeah, when I come back and I make the next video, like I've been scripting videos out, so they'll be a little bit more prepared than what I was doing before. So, and then streaming, I've always streamed, man. Like I was streaming in Star Wars. We used to stream progression when we were doing Nightmare progression, and like. I was playing Star Wars for the longest, man, and whenever, like I said, we do progression, we just put the stream up, and everybody from the community, there's typically about 100 people in the raiding community, in the Nightmare raiding community, and everybody would watch each other, and it just went on from there.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, like, when you first started, like, I heard, you got to level 50 and you were already in Canny Valley at like 19 days, and I was like, wow, this guy is like this guy is so fast. I mean, there's no way he can get any better. A couple videos down the line, you double down and just you get to Canny Valley, same level and everything, half that time. You do it in like 10 days or something on your second, and that's now your second account.
I got pissed off because people in the comments section were all, "Oh, you just got that far because you spent money on the game." I'm like, that's not how it works. No amount of money is gonna farm you Survivor XP. Or farm you Rain and farm you Evolution mats to like level up your squads. I'm like, you still got to do all that, man. So I was like, you know what? Starting an all account, dude. I started it 16 days later. I was like, yep, got to Twine in 16 days. What now, dude? And then you say that on the comments, and then people just stop talking, man.
That's funny. I wish I still had the ability to get the Founders Edition, so I could get the extra Survivor perks. So I could go into Epic instead of just rare transform schematics.
Yeah,
that's a bummer, but So now there's a little bit more insight on how Thief started. Aidan, what about you? How did you start out with YouTube?
I cut out. What was that?
Oh, so I asked, how did you start up with YouTube, Aidan?
I've always enjoyed making videos, like entertaining purposes. I've always enjoyed editing. I've made videos that I just show to my friends and stuff like that. Enjoyed making videos, putting it on YouTube. So I've made like so many accounts and tried uploading so many different games, to entertain. And I've got now, like I said, I've done For Honor for about a year, and I built up a bit of a fan base. And that was the furthest I'd ever got, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. But then I got bored of For Honor, I stopped playing, and then I started playing Fortnite. And I had no, I didn't want to, my idea. But when I started getting into the game a lot more, I was like, do you know what? I think would be quite funny. I'm in the mood to make some videos. I'm just going to make some. And then I think after like 5 or 6 videos, I done a Storm Chest video, which, it sort of got me quite a few views. It pushing Save the World people onto my channel. And that's when I started having all these thoughts for like around YouTube and looking for Save the World content, and I didn't find videos. Most of the Save the World videos are obviously very informative. They're teaching you the game. Obviously, there are some entertainment ones, but entertainment-wise, like project videos. So, like 100 storm chests. The curiosity of that is like, I mean, it takes a while. I get good loot from it at the end, and obviously, people are curious to see what kind of loot I got. And there was none of that sort of big project stuff on the platform at this point. And that's when I was like, right, well, people really enjoyed this sort of bigger project because obviously it takes a longer time to make. And I started doing bigger projects. So the most recent one I've done was spending 1 million schematic XP. Now, I know to some people 1 million isn't much. Who can only get on so much. 1 million is quite a lot. And I'm pretty bummed out about that, actually, because now you can, with the 4 times schematic XP, you can get it so quickly. But I was like farming 30,000 XP per mission when I'd done it. And, you know, leveling up 3 random guns, so the Zip Zap being the main one, and obviously I know that's one of Thief's favorite weapons. The Zip Zap, I was like, who's leveled this up? Who's actually bothered taking this weapon up? And I think it's stuff like that. People are curious to see its entertainment value, and I really enjoy sort of putting out that sort of content where no one really does it. I mean, if you try and look for that sort of stuff, you don't find much of it, and that's sort of the area that I wanted to fill. Because I mean, we've got informative, we've got scammers getting scammed. Where's the entertainment value? And that's where I thought, do you know what? I'm going to try and hopefully I can, you know, I'm entertaining people and videos as well. But I do try and mix it with a bit of comedic value as well, the entertainment. And in the last month has been insane. I mean, I don't know what happened, but been blowing up. Lots of people have been joining, and just it's more boosting. I mean, I just want to keep making more. I mean, I get to let my creative side shine. I have fun editing. I mean, I sit there and laugh to myself about intros for videos. Like my recent one where the first thing I done was ASMR, like on the mic, and I had an ASMR. I just whispered over it, and it's just stuff like that I really enjoy putting out, and people enjoy it as well. So 1 for 1, let's all do it.
Yeah, I kind of started, I guess I'll give a sort of backstory from my side. So to the people who don't know, I do not own Pitchingace88. This channel I am streaming on is not, do not own this channel primarily. I am one of the people who runs the channel, but I don't own it. So I've been, you know, I've been making YouTube content for God knows how long. Since I was like 9, 10 years old. And I would just completely differ to whatever I felt like making. So it started with, it wasn't even gaming, it was a sport called cup stacking. You've probably seen it in like gym class or something, where you just stack a bunch of cups, and I actually got really good at it, but it's just like, over time I didn't feel like making videos for it because they weren't beneficial, and it just like, I got bored. So I started doing some gaming content, and this Facebook game called agar.io, or Agario. It's like you have this one ball and you gotta try to eat the bigger ball, and I got really invested into that so much so like I got into clans, you know, and everything, and like that's how I initially started getting into like clans and everything. And I got kind of good at that game, but you know, that game actually started horribly dying, and the fan base was horrible, and the community itself was just bad. It was toxic.
Yeah.
And then, what was next? Oh, next was Criminal Case. So, Criminal Case, I gotta be honest, the developers have just been the least helpful in kind of every way, shape, and form, but it's a good game. I feel like they're kind of not caring about their community as to why I stopped playing it. But that's where I initially met Trevor, the other guy who runs the channel, as to why people now see me as a part of Pitchingace88, because he and I connected through Criminal Case, and I still help him make Criminal Case videos, even though I don't play the game. But, you know, I do want to run a part of the channel, even if it's not for something I enjoy. I want to help out, and it still does do very well with views and everything. And I think at the end of the day, it's just like, you know, I started when I was like 9, 10 years old, and up until like 2000 and like halfway through, no, probably like October 2017, I never had any sort of a success on YouTube. Like the most I would get was like the most subscribers I've ever gotten was like 500. You know, my second channel, I kind of consider my main channel. It's just my channel for myself. That channel, I got, you know, it was just a mess. I did criminal case content and I got like 2,000 subscribers, 3,000 subscribers, and then once I stopped playing, nobody cared. But over time, I think it just changed as a person, and my taste changed. And you know, I am still young. I am only 17, so my taste is going to change very consistently. But I think with Save the World, it's something that I'm very attached to, and it's like I don't think it's gonna fade off as fast as some other things have faded off. That's my take.
Big room of growth. I mean, one of the things I'm trying to do with my videos is I like to try and get off my personality on it as well. Like I want people to come to my videos for me as well as the video title, because say I upload, if I was to upload say Battle Royale, I play Battle Royale a lot. I'm tedious on the fact that if I upload a Battle Royale video, how are the people that have subscribed to me for Save the World content going to take it? Now, I plan to do Battle Royale regardless because I make videos for fun. And it's not like they have to watch it. They're not forced to watch it. And I obviously will carry on with Save the World. But that's one of the few things that I work on, which is having people subscribe for the comedic value of Aidan, you know, the personality of me, rather than just straight up the game. But I mean, it's a hard thing to work around. But yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah. I think Save the World is just like, if you can play it statistically like Thief, and like I still see, you know, I'm sure I'll disagree, but I still see Thief as one of the best, if not the best, Save the World players as of recently. I think that like there are a lot of really, really good players, but like if you can master the MMO like class entirely, I think that like Save the World is just too easy. That's the thing.
I say Thief is one of my the good players. I mean, Thief, yourself, and David Dean are some of the players I think, damn, like, these guys are good. Like, I would never think about, like, soloing a Storm Shield defense or stuff like that. Like, Twine Peaks 10, that's how I found David Dean, was his solo Twine Peaks 10. And I watched that, and I was like, this guy's insane. Like, what's going on here? And it's the good players that I enjoy listening to and watching, and I consider Thief and David to be some of those top players.
Exactly, yeah, and I know I'm definitely nowhere near one of the top, at least right now, but who knows, maybe a couple months down the line when I'm maybe actually in the hundreds, which would be, I wouldn't be surprised, because I'm going up pretty fast, so.
Finding hard.
Yeah, gotta get that grind on, but.
You gotta put raids into the game, man, and we'll see. Raids will really distinguish who is good at this game and who is not.
Oh boy. Well, I think that's going to finish it off. We had a very fun live stream. Unfortunately, Litanah couldn't make it, but that's okay, because us three, for the time that we were all actually able to sit here in the voice chat together, and Thief's internet didn't go off, or just go a bit off the rails there, but either way, I had a bunch of fun. Aidan, Tcthief, thank you guys so much for coming along. This has been an amazing experience. I hope we get to do it again sometime.
Yeah, definitely, man. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. But I think that's going to finish off the stream, at least from my part. Thank you guys for tuning in. This came from Pitchingace88. Over and out.